Hello friends, in this video let us learn about univariate linear regression. So let me rename this file with the name univariate linear regression. In the theory you must have understood univariate linear regression as, say I have one dependent variable and one independent variable. So now let us try understanding about the linear regression, specifically univariate linear regression. For this case, so what are the libraries that I'll be requiring? I'll be mainly importing three libraries. One is pandas. I'll say step one as importing libraries. As I said, I'll be requiring three libraries. One is pandas, import pandas as PD. Okay, automatically I got all these things. Maybe I'll not require all these things. I'll require matplotlib. Then I'll be importing some models from a scalar, right? It is already giving me from scalar dot linear underscore model. So I'll not be requiring this linear regression. Then, so I will have some file which I need to import. So in order to enable that, what I'll do is I will start importing them. You are already getting prompt import files. This will be my step one. Let me execute this. The next step would be uploading the CSV file. I'll say step 2, uploading of files. How do I do that? Upload. It automatically gives you uploaded is equal to files dot upload. So when I execute this, it is going to ask me what is that file that I have to choose. Say I have already composed one file where the details, the x is number of hours the student has studied, and on the y-axis what is a score that the person has scored in a particular course. Let's import that file. So the file is now imported, and you can display that file as well. Let me show you that file. I'll call the step as step 3, load dataset. So the command that I use is df is equal to pd dot read csv. Okay, what is the file name? The file name is study underscore scores dot csv. Then I'll give some message, print dataset loaded successfully. Then print df. That is a data frame. Let me execute this. Okay. Okay, this is a file. As I mentioned, like number of hours studied is this 1, 2, 3. Say if a student has studied 1 hour, the exam score is 52. For 2 hours, 56. Similarly, the student who has studied for 10 hours, their score is 94. Now let us try to develop a regression model for this. I'm calling it as univariate. Why? Because I have one dependent variable and one independent variable. Say I'll call this as x and I'll call this as a y. So what all steps that we followed? First we imported libraries. So there is a spelling mistake. Importing libraries. Then we have uploaded files and then we have loaded the dataset. Okay. Next, we will prepare the features. What are the features that we are doing is step 4. What all features that I have is working on a features. What is that I have? Say suppose x, I will define it as from the data frame. I will say hours studied. So automatically you get here was studied, and then I'll use y is equal to data frames. Automatically it shows you the prompt. You can run this. Somewhere I've used. Let me go back to the file and see hours studied. I'll copy the same thing as it is. Yeah, it is same, but instead of scores, it is exam score, exam underscore score. Okay, this is a data is loaded. Now I'll be using a linear regression model. So I'll start step 5, train my linear regression model. How do I do that? Model is equal to, okay, you automatically you're getting it right. Linear regression, L capital, R capital, and then model fit. Type it linear regression, then model dot fit. I'll say x comma y. One is dependent variable, other one is independent variable, right? So let me run this. I have some error. Okay, sorry, it is small y. Okay, now I have redefined it. So I have given capital X and small y. Then what I'll do is I'll start display the slope and intercept. The next step would be display. Step 6 is display slope and intercept. What do I print? I print, it automatically starts giving you slow new line, slow coefficient, then model dot coefficient, then I'll print intercept. Print, okay, will directly print intercept, model dot intercept. Then my next step would be predicting the exam scores. I'll say predict exam scores as my next step, and I'll be able to predict the score. Then finally, I'll be able to, so I got the score as now the coefficient, the value. Say if you're trying to visualize like y is equal to mx plus c, the slope is 4.6366 and intercept is 47. So with this slope and intercept, if you try to say what is the examination score, the predicted score is 51.6363, while the exam score is 52. Similarly, you can see it for others. So now with this slope and intercept, I'll be able to predict the score. Say suppose if I say like somebody has studied 7.5 hours, I'll be able to predict their score. Now, if I want to visualize this regression line, you must have tried out this in your high school and all, where your teacher might have asked you to draw the dependent variable on the y-axis and independent variable on the x-axis, and she or she must have made you to draw the line. So let's try doing the same thing. In order to do that, I have to do the plotting. Okay, let me write the code for that. I'll pause the video and write the code to avoid the video becoming longer. Now I'm trying to visualize the regression line. If you see now, okay, the hours is plotted on the x-axis while their examination score is plotted on the y-axis. The blue dots is the actual scores and red line is a regression line. So this is how I try to do the linear regression. And say suppose I want to predict now, I want to predict like if the student has studied for 8.5 hours, right? What will be the predicted scores, right? That will be my next step. If I want to predict the data for the next new data, okay, what should I do? So I can write this way. Say I'll call it as 8.5. If I run now, so the score would be for, sorry, for 8.5. So there, if the student has studied for 8.5 hours, their score would be 86.41. Similarly, you can predict it for any number of hours. Say suppose 11 hours. So the student will be getting for 98 would be their score. So like this, we have tried out for simple linear regression for the given data set. What are the learnings from this video are how do I load a CSV file and how do I construct my data frame and how do I build a simple univariate linear regression model. I hope the concept is clear. In the next video, we will study about multivariate linear regression. Thank you.